Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of this weekly video series called Flex and Reflect Sunday Sit Down. It's where I answer the questions through the week. People send them in, questions that people have asked me in the space of health, fitness, wellness, nutrition, mindset, success, all of those aspects of success. So I've been sent four questions. I have not looked at them at all. So let's just see how we go at answering them. All right, number one, is it possible to be too disciplined? Where's the line between high performance and unhealthy obsession? Well, this is something that I often get criticized for from various clients and people because I am so focused. Every aspect of my life, I'm looking to take to the next level, improve myself as a human being to start with, and then everything else radiates from that. What are the particular aspects of my health, my wellness that I can improve to get a high performance outcome from me? Now, of course, the more and more focused that you are, I'm unlikely to get a massive increment because I live my life at sort of the cutting edge of the top 1% of health and wellness. But if I can get just that little bit extra, maybe it's a percent, maybe it's a portion of a percent, but if that makes me better and makes me more focused and more driven, then absolutely I'm going to do it as long as it's healthy, right? So the question I suppose around, where do you become too disciplined? Well, I find that generally the people that ask me that question or cast aspersions on you that, oh, you just, you're too focused, you don't have to be that focused. I've had actually people say that to me. And it's like, that's interesting. What makes you say that? And really it's because they're not that focused, or maybe they're focused for a little bit on something sometimes, but they're not hyper focused. And it's easier to, I suppose, downplay or, tall poppy syndrome that we have in Australia, cut off the heads of the poppies, to bring people down to their level because it's easier for them to cut you down and justify why you are where you are and say, oh yeah, but that's really unhealthy. I don't want to be like that. It can be the same with people that are maybe very unhealthy, maybe carrying a lot of excess body fat, and they will say to me, oh, yeah, I just love food too much. It's like, yeah, I love food too. But what they make up for themselves is that they've got to starve themselves, they've got to eat, like weird food, et cetera, which is not what they enjoy. But the reality is, they've probably never learned or been shown what it is that they can do to achieve a healthy outcome by loving food. Because as soon as you don't love your food, you are going to fail. And so my job is to find foods that people will absolutely love and have those recipes available for them so that they absolutely love it. Because as soon as you don't, it falls over. And so that's a failure, and it's a failure of me as a coach as well. So there's that part of it. And when does it form an unhealthy obsession? I think really at the end of the day, it comes down to your values, your beliefs, and that's really important for ensuring that you can keep being driven. And wouldn't you know, as I'm recording here live, my grocery delivery is just turning up right now, so I might have to interrupt this recording. We'll see. I might get them to just leave it at the front door. For me, I find that, yeah, people can look at it and say, well, it's an unhealthy obsession for wanting to be better, et cetera, et cetera. But I look at it this way. I know the results that I want in my life. I know how hard it is to achieve that. I know the work that's required to achieve that. And it only comes from an unrelenting work ethic and focus to be able to do it. And so I guess it does become a little bit of an obsession. But if you looked at the best people in the world at what they do in their particular, whether it's a sport, whether it's a business or something like that, you'll find that they're a little bit crazy obsessed with it because that's what it takes to achieve the success that you want. So I don't look at it that way. I just look at it, I know what I want, I know how to do it, and I'm just going to keep on driving to get there. All right, next question. Why do some people get amazing results while others doing the same plan fail? Well, this comes down to me, the mindset. Yes, there can be some genetic things, there can be some physiological things that are going on for one person versus the other. No two people are exactly the same. Their genetics are not exactly the same, and their mindset is not exactly the same. But for me, it really does come down to what's going on in the mindset. Because if you are, just like I said in the first question, if you are so focused and driven in achieving a different outcome for yourself, in being driven to achieve these unbelievable results, and you're going to stop at nothing as long as it's healthy to achieve that, then you will keep going. The people that I find that might be following the same or a similar plan that don't do that is they're failing to do the work at home. They might be doing the training, but they're failing to do the work at home. They're making up reasons as to why they're not going to keep doing the work, or why they'll follow their meal plan for a couple of days of the week, but then they go off because they go back to some old emotional habits that can be disempowering. So for me, it's all around the mindset. And that's why some people get awesome results and the majority of people can fail, because it's harder to stay focused. It's harder to achieve a transformational change because some people have formed these disempowering habits in their life for their entire life, maybe 10, 20, 30 years or more that they've been doing it, and now they want something different. Well, we've got to work at their pace. And I think some people want to do everything all at once and go too hard, too fast, and really suffer from burnout, if you like. And that's what they've always done. And they say, oh, I need to get fast results. Well, you spent your whole life getting to where you are. Why don't we just move it meet you where you are? Where do you want to get to? And let's just see what you can embed into your life that's healthy and empowering for you right now. What can we do for 7 days? And then just reassess for the next 7 days. Can we add something more? Do we have to leave it exactly where it is? So that for me, that's the reality of it. Question 3. What's a brutally honest truth about fitness and health that most people aren't ready to hear? Hmm. I don't know. The reality is there's no easy solution. Like you can't outsource doing the work. Um, you know, whether it's new equipment or whatever. Like I go into the gym where I train, and even if I haven't been there for a while, each week there's these new pieces of equipment that I'm like, what the hell? At the end of the day, you need benches, you need barbells, you need dumbbells. You don't need 60,000 different pieces of equipment that, like to build your glutes, for instance, because that's what Instagram models are showing, like hip thrusters and all that kind of stuff. We really just can't avoid the hard work. It comes down to, you want to really shape your body, you've got to lift heavy weights. You've got to fuel your body constantly. Stop looking for a weird diet that's going to give you super, super fast results. That's you're going to burn out of, is not super healthy. The the human body has not changed that much. The way that we need to work out has not changed that much. And yet people are trying to find ways to just do all these different things to maybe make it quicker, faster, more efficient. Oh, can I just do one machine? Like if I think about the like power plates, for instance, those vibration plates that you stand on, they say, oh, a minute on this is worth, or 6 minutes on this is worth 60 minutes in the gym. Yeah, that's crap. Maybe if it's for somebody that's elderly and it's not working out and that kind of stuff, but generally speaking, that's rubbish. The data that they're providing is on people that are probably sedentary. Um, that's not going to do anything for me. So you can't outsource the hard work. You have to sweat. You have to push. It's going to burn the muscles. You're going to feel tired. You have to do it multiple times a week. You have to be smart about it. There's no simple way around it. And if you're looking for that fast, that you're waiting for the magic pill that says, oh, bang, it just gives you everything that you want in your body, it'll create other issues for you, right? So I think my groceries are coming to the floor. So you can come with me. Just hold on for a moment. I'll be back. Hello. Good, thanks. How are you doing? You're welcome.
Just you already.
Yeah. Yes.
See that, right?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, at least you know it's live. Um, so yeah, there is just, if you have that pill that you think is going to solve all the problems, it's going to create a mindset issue, because there's the beauty of doing the work to get you the result that grows you as a human being. It grows your mindset. So that's, for me, hopefully there is never a pill that just does that. Because it's not going to improve someone's overall health and wellness. Yeah, maybe it reduces the body fat, but you haven't done the work to achieve it. It's a little bit like just giving people money, right? COVID's a great example of that here in my hometown. People got the money and without doing any work. And they're like, well, I can stay at home and have Netflix and have Uber Eats, and I'm just getting paid, and I'm getting paid more than if when I did work. So why would I go back to work? The reality is that if you don't do the work to earn the money, you don't appreciate it and you don't grow as a human. So you can't outsource the hard work. All right, last question. What's the hardest mental challenge you personally face, and how do you deal with it? Well, people that know me well, and because of the amount of work that I've done in the media, probably the hardest mental thing that I face is dealing with the passing of my daughter. So if this is the first time you're listening, I lost my young daughter. She was suffering from anorexia for 2 years, from the age of 13 to 15, and then she ended up taking her own life. And 2 years of working so closely with her, the medical professionals and everything, to try and get a different outcome. Like, it breaks your heart. There's something about losing a child that just destroys a part of your heart, your mind, your soul. And for me, she passed on the 28th of April 2023. And so at the time of recording this, we're February 2025, heading into her second year anniversary. There's not a day goes by that I don't think about her, and the amount of work that I put in to help others so that they don't go through the challenges and struggles that she faced, and saving people's lives. And that's what I'm dedicated to do for the rest of my life now, to stay connected with her. Obviously, I've got an elder daughter as well, and making sure that I am very present and stay connected for her as well. But this is this is the toughest thing that I face. And from time to time, I have media reach out to me almost every week, uh, requesting a comment, a story, something around a different aspect around all of that. I've been blamed for my daughter's illness by medical professionals. I know the truth. My daughter knew the truth. My ex-wife knows the truth. My eldest daughter knows the truth as well. But it's very easy for people to throw stuff at you when they can't resolve an issue themselves. And I just refuse to go there, because I know who I am as a person and I know what I do. But because I work in health and wellness and fitness, I got blamed for restricting her food and causing her eating disorder. And multiple doctors and medical professionals and social workers and psychologists, psychiatrists, you name it. And I just refuse to take that on. And like, there will be times where I have a very hectic life, very busy schedule and everything. But there will be times where it can be quieter, and there'll be something that I just like that. It's whether it's a photo memory or whether it's just something that I hear, or a part in a movie, or something that will just trigger the emotions of what's going on. And then I reflect on that, and just how sad it is for her not to be here. But I have to also make sure that I don't stay there, because I can't be good for other people if I stay really, really sad all the time. And so I find a way to compartmentalize the thoughts and focus on the happy times that I spent with her and the time that I did have with her in her life, and adding value to others and continuing to hold her legacy forward. But without a doubt, it's the toughest thing that I face on a daily basis. And some people say, how, I don't know how you keep going, and how and why you do so much when it would be easy to be broken. But instead, I just refuse to do that. because I know that that's not what my daughter would have wanted. And so, yeah, that's kind of how I deal with it. I stay focused on things for me, the things that I know fulfill me, which is putting my health and wellness as my number one priority. We all have various challenges. That's the one that I deal with most of the time. So I make sure that I'm fueling my body well. I make sure I do my strength training 3 sessions a week. I make sure I get out for my walks and do those types of things as well. I make sure that I remain focused on building my business, growing my business, adding value to others. Liv's legacy is obviously a part of my journey now. We're up to what, $56.51 million of funding through her legacy, having a global impact on changing social media in Australia here, and now it'll have an influence on the whole world. Doing those things and remaining focused having the clarity as to what it is that I want is super, super powerful. But it all comes back to how I look after myself with my health being number one priority, because if I don't have optimized energy, I can't do any of that other stuff. So it all comes back to my exercise, my mental health, fueling my body, drinking water, taking supplements, all that kind of stuff, so that I can be at my the top 1% of health for my age. And then I can keep on delivering time after time after time and keep adding value to people. So that would be my perspective on all of that. Thank you for the questions this week. We're going to leave it there. I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Have an absolutely smashing week. Crush your goals. Use today, if you're listening to this on a Sunday, set some time aside today to set the week up ahead for success, because that's how I'm able to create momentum as well. If you don't set a target for yourself, you're just like a ship without a rudder floating around in circles. You're out there doing stuff, but you're not aiming for what it is that you know that you deserve. So stay focused, work hard, focus on your health. See you next week.